Oh, ha! You know what I just realized?
What?
I People are gonna be confused now because I was like, I'll start this early, right? I'll like set it up. And I realized just now because I was like, I'll hit the button, and StreamYard's like, it's early, but you can start. I was like, what do you mean it's early? I'm late.
Oh no.
And they're like, no, it's 11:30
Oh, nice.
p.m.
Nice. Oh, that's different.
Whatever, guys. Listen, I am
That's fine.
planning 3
We're
work
here.
events and a wedding.
There's a lot going on.
Doing my
There's
best.
a lot happening.
So people will just be a little surprised that we're here.
Well, we love that. We are
Yeah.
Dog is here.
Hey,
So
we got lunchtime today. Hello. We'll be back for lunchtime on Thursday.
that's right.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, you know
11
what
on
else
that
is
day as
cool?
well. What?
That would be InStockTrades.com, our great sponsor, where you can get great collected editions for up to sometimes over 50% off. Right now, there's deals on the front page. Check those
So
out. You also need to get our deal of the week is still going on today. Check it out. 6 Psychics of Trigger Keaton. That's, of course, Kyle Starks and Chris Schweitzer. It's so good. It's 50% off. That's like $8.49, $8.49. That's
Jump
a
on
deal.
it.
And it's so great. So check that out, as
Now,
well as everything else.
We're having an interesting week. We might impulse buy stuff too. Who knows?
Absolutely, it will happen at some
Hello,
point.
Chris and
Hi.
James. Surprise, James.
Hey,
We're here today
James.
and on Thursday.
James, you're so good at showing up when we don't
Thank
expect
you.
anybody. We appreciate you.
So yeah, reading goals.
We're doing it. We're going to have goals.
Yeah, I was thinking through this because I was like, I'm never good at making reading goals.
Mm-hmm.
So I think part of this is going to be me deciding on the fly
I love that.
while learning from you about what you're doing. I set a
we can discuss.
Goodreads goal, which is the same goal as last year, 150 books. Now, if you look at my Goodreads, it will say that I did not make that. Now,
It's a lie.
technically I did. I just didn't put everything up there.
That's
and
fair.
also I read a lot of webtoons and I had no idea how to put them on there.
Yeah.
So there's that.
Yeah, webtoons
but
is hard.
But I've read 9 books apparently so far. So
That's wonderful. Yeah, let's do a Goodreads update while we're at it. I think you all remember at the very early of last year, I was like 1,000 books, but that was crazy. And I knew it would be. But I did have to change that eventually, probably toward mid-year or so. And I made it 600, and I just got there. Like, I think the day before I hit it, and I was like, you know what? Stressed out for that for no reason. So I'm changing it this year. I'm going to be nicer on myself. Okay. I'm still going to challenge myself, but I'm going to be a little nicer than 600, very much nicer than 1,000. So I decided on 500. Okay.
I think that's good.
I agree with you. Okay. So far I've hit.
This year, you guys, listen.
Yeah.
Be nice on yourselves.
Just be kinder to yourself,
And if you don't match your goal, you can change it. It's okay.
Yeah.
You still did something.
It's allowed. It totally is allowed. But I've read 31 so far. So that's pretty good.
Pretty good.
It's pretty good. I like it.
Oh, Mary's here.
Hi, hello. Mary.
My friend goes off and I show up just like DW. Dark Root Deck.
Love that.
Cool. Yeah. Yeah, I put 150 this year. I do have a bit of a goal to read more. Sorry, I'm awkwardly closing tabs or other programs in the background because I'm scared that I'll freeze up like last week.
Oh, yeah.
I am trying to read more prose this year.
Mm.
And by read more prose, probably more audiobooks, because I found that really works well for me. But the rest, I don't know, because I was trying to think of like if I need to make more goals about type of books. Because right now I feel pretty comfortable and pretty diverse, like what I read.
Totally.
I do have a couple of goals as far as like characters that I've never read anything for that I want to. One is Deadpool, because I've never read Deadpool anything.
That's a good idea.
So I'd like to fix that. The second is I want to read Punisher. And the only reason I want to is so I can be pretentious to people that have Punisher stickers that don't read the comic books.
Love that for you. Yes.
I want to be able, because I'm sure that in my mind, this I'm sure it's never going to happen, but in my mind, I see myself seeing somebody do something rude, and I'm like, "Do you even read the comic books, you asshole?" or something.
Right.
But
Right.
if I don't have the knowledge to back it up, I'm going to be
Yeah.
one of those fake comic book girls. So I want to prep myself, and I want to read some Punisher this year.
Love that.
Punisher and Deadpool, which saying I want to read Punisher and Deadpool makes me feel like the broiest
The bro.
bro ever.
I love that though. That's great.
But like as far as Marvel stuff, I want to like those are two characters I really want to make an attempt to like get into and try.
That's a great goal. Love that for you. You mentioned prose. I'm absolutely with you. I know that this is a comic book show and we're talking about prose, but you know, I think you and I both have collected and perhaps sometimes get from libraries like prose and perhaps neglect them a bit. You were here. You've seen my prose and it's like, why? Why do you have... I don't know. They're just sitting there. They're collecting too much just. So I'll say one of my goals is to always have a prose book going. Okay, because I'm really good about reading my comics, but I am not as good about reading my prose. So I've tried the thing where I leave one beside my bed and at least read a few pages every night. And I've been doing that. And I've actually already finished 1.5 prose this month, which is a big deal for me because that did not happen last year.
Yeah.
I'm doing pretty good with that, like that for me. And it's worked out so well so far. So there's that. As far as characters, I have like series I want to get to more than anything.
Yeah.
So let me go through that list. So there's The Goon, which just sat there for I don't know how long.
I've never read The Goon. I know it's another one that people talk about all the time.
I haven't either, but you know what? I love Eric Powell's art, as we've talked about with Eddie Gein, that book.
Yeah.
And this is just like, I have these library editions that are stupid out of print now, and it looks like a blasty blast. And I've never touched it in my life.
Add that to a show or something.
Yeah, for sure. We'll have to do that. So, you know, that's a goal that I have. Let's see. Hellboy, it's the same deal. Mm-hmm. Still never read any Hellboy.
Oh, definitely ask Lee to help with that.
Yeah, and I'm like, Lee's the guy to go to for sure. So I want to do that. Umbrella Academy is one I want to go through because I read it back when it came out. At least like for that first trade way back then. Because, you know, big MCR girl, right? Of course, yeah. So you had to. But I haven't like read beyond that. And there's a lot of newer stuff that's come out. So I'm like, I want to get on that. I want to actually like go through that. And then I've never watched the show. So I want to pair that together. Yeah, never done it.
Because I read the comic and watched the show around the same time. Definitely different experiences, but... Yeah,
it's one of those things I feel like I can't watch the show until I've like reread what I've read and then continued, you know?
Yeah.
Because I have that weird barrier in my head. Also, there's not a lot, you know? So it's not going to be a big deal. So there's that. A big one that you know I've neglected and I've read some of, but not all of, that's Strangers in Paradise. This has to be the year where I actually finish that. So then we can keep reading the next story we both haven't read, right?
Yeah, you know what? That should also be a goal for me this year is to finish, because I love Terry Moore and I got really hardcore into him. But I've since continued just to keep buying Terry Moore stuff and then not finish reading them. Because I read all Strangers in Paradise, all of Rachel Rising, Motor Girl. I'm sure I read more than that, but I have like all the other books for other things and just haven't read them yet, like those 5 years or whatever.
Right. Yeah, which I got that too.
Which I think would be fun for us to read together once you finish Strangers in Paradise, because then that connects to everything. Yeah,
and it's like, and I also have this, and I'm like, why? I haven't finished Strangers in Paradise.
I pre-ordered Serial.
Yeah, me too. Which I've read Rachel Rising, but yeah, I'm like, I want to know the interconnecting world more than I do.
Jessica's also reading Strangers in Paradise.
Nice.
And I haven't read Echo. I don't own it, actually. It was one of those that, like, I kept saying, I'll buy it in person when I see him, inevitably. And then, COVID happened.
Right.
So before I was like, oh, it's Terry Morgan, whatever, I'm at C2E2. And now I'm like, oh, no.
I need to go back to Echo. I got, like, halfway through it, and then I think I had to read something for a show and just totally forgot about it.
Yeah.
So that's another one. I should write that down, actually. So I'm going to do that. Also, I started Invincible last year and I never finished it. So I want to finish
I
that.
haven't finished either.
Yeah, that's
But I'd
very
like to.
accessible on Comixology Unlimited. So it's a good one.
Yeah.
Usagi Yojimbo, it's the same deal. Like I've wanted to read that forever, never read any of it. And we
Yeah.
have some of
Speaking
it.
of
So.
like big comics that are popular, I've never read Bone.
Oh, you have to.
I know.
Yeah, I would
We
reread
need
that
to
with you.
like once a
For
month
sure.
pick a for to help match our goals. Make sure
Yeah.
that like each month kind of matches one of those, like stuff that we haven't read or like
We should totally do that.
Reread. Yeah.
So that's really the series I wrote down. If anyone in the chat thinks of something else, let me know. I'll add them.
My reading goal is to actually read as many books as I buy. That's
it's a good and difficult goal. Yeah.
You'll notice that neither of us set our reading goals to read books we own that we haven't read before. Because Lord knows I can't. I did go through and try to see also like what's coming out this year to see if there's anything on my like list of the year I really want to read. And one of which is the Many Deaths of Lila Starr, because I didn't pick up the floppies. And I love Ram V, whatever he does, always, forever now.
Mm-hmm.
So I have that pre-ordered. Saga coming back.
Yeah.
But I will wait until it is in trades to read that.
Yep. That's another thing. I want to reread.
I found out about that's coming out next month that we're going to have to get that I did not know about. That is, have you heard about Flung Out of Space?
No, I don't think so.
All right, it's by Grace Ellis, Hannah Templar.
Oh.
Of Cosmonauts fame, Joan Shenkar. It's a fictional portrait of Patricia Highsmith, who is the author behind the lesbian classic novel The Price of Salt.
Okay.
I am looking at books coming out this year, so if you guys see that, like, she's just reading off a list, yeah, I opened up 3 of them in tabs.
What's it called again?
Flung Out of Space.
Okay, I'm writing this down. Yeah, that has us watching all over.
Jessica, you read it too, because Hannah Templar.
Absolutely.
Squire is what I've been excited for like 2 years.
Oh, yeah.
Because they have been talking about this. Sarah, I'm never going to know her name. I'm so sorry. Alpha Key and Nadia Shamas. I'm a big fan of Sarah's work on Twitter. And she's been I love her art, but I've never seen her like. I think I have a print in my next room too of hers. And she's been talking about this book forever. And Squire's finally coming out this year. So I'm really excited about that. I think there's any of the other big ones. Oh, Clementine, of course. So
excited about that.
Oh my god, so excited for Clementine. And then there's a big crossover event, DC's Trial of the Amazons, that I'm excited about, but typically big events aren't that exciting. But it's all the girls, so like, well, you know.
Oh yeah, that makes it more fun.
Yeah, and they all look real cool, and the covers look cool. I hope they release like a DC portfolio of that, like they did with Deceased. Because I mean, cool. I don't have space, probably, but I'd make some.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I wanted to mention like some things that were coming out that I was excited about reading. But yeah, what are you guys' goals this year? Do you have any like, you know, interesting ones or things you're kind of like? Do you make goals every year for your reading? Because typically I just read what happens and read what we're doing.
Yeah.
But there are some like holes in my comic book reading like experience that, you know, other people like really rave about that I've never read.
Yeah, I need to do some of those too. Another goal that I do have though is to get current with One Piece. I think that's going to happen.
It'll happen this year, yeah.
So, but I'm going to check it off.
Oh, I'm so excited. Well, when we get finally caught up, we'll have to have like a couple other people here that like join us. To talk about it.
That would be awesome. Which, speaking of manga, another goal I have is to read through my manga backlog.
Yeah.
Because, you know, you've seen my manga. It's pretty much condensed to 2 shelves. And I've read a lot of it. And I'd say this is a much easier goal than, like, my other comics, right? Like,
yeah,
my
you can really,
stuff.
If I had, like, a week off... Oh, I mean, I don't need a week off. If I had, like, a few days in that shelf, I could do it.
I mean, it'll take me much longer than that, but honestly, I may be employed soon, so like maybe I'll start with that goal to begin with. That would be
It's
a fun
okay.
journey,
Time
though.
for me to figure out how to get you to live here with me.
Just
That's all I
teleport
want.
over.
Could you imagine?
Oh
And
my
then I make
gosh.
a little set for us so we could like sit together and do shows.
Oh my god. We'd have like a cute desk.
Yes. I would.
Yeah.
I'd buy one of those like 2-story sheds from Lowe's that
Yes.
they make in little
The
tiny
she
houses.
shed.
Yeah, it's a she shed.
The she shed.
And I'd make it into our little like studio.
Yes. Love that.
I legitimately.
You're like, no, really.
I'm not joking. If we can get you here, I will do this. Okay. I'm
I'll
not.
just live in the she shed.
Yeah, it's fine. That's fine. Just tiny house living. It's okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
We be living our best lives. Okay.
Truly. That sounds amazing.
A little catio for your cats.
Oh, they would love it.
Come on.
They would love it. Love it.
Yep. That's my goal for 2022. Get Kristan and Reed to live here.
Love it.
Slayer's Clutch Edition 2 coming out in April. I will buy that. I still haven't read the first one.
Oh, it's so pretty though.
It's so pretty.
It's very pretty.
I have to go to work, but greetings from Norway and have a great show. Oh, thanks for joining us. Chris, how the hell?
Okay, hold on. Goal 600. I've already read 200. Chris tell me what you've read. Yeah, is it all
on Goodreads, Chris?
Is it single issues? Because that makes more sense to me.
Chris, are you on Goodreads? Because I need to know.
Yeah, I want to look too. Yeah, add us on Goodreads if you haven't.
Yeah.
And if you have, I'm sorry, I don't pay attention to that.
Yeah, I started I have people who requested to follow me, but if I don't know them, I've stopped. At the beginning, I was like, oh, cool people, and now I'm like, you're clogging my feed. I need to know who's who.
Right.
I don't have a number of goals for comics, but other goals are to reread things I know and love. I know I love, and use my DC universe more. I neglected it last year. Yeah,
good goal.
I need to make better use of that because it's so handy. And I need to go back and read some I'd like to go back and read some more DC of the girls stuff that I haven't read, like Zatanna. I haven't read, like that, like some of those series of Catwoman and stuff. I heard are good.
I'd like to get caught up on you and I both love the DC young adult line.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm several behind in that now. So that's something I want to get caught up on those because we usually enjoy those or we enjoy to rant about them. So either way, it works.
And I'd love to, we need to make a checklist with our thoughts and then do a show about it. Because I'd like to remember. And two, it'll give me a good idea of what all there is. Because I still want to continue to advocate for them, even though there's been a few that I wasn't a big fan of.
I agree.
Because overall, the ones that are good are very, very good.
I'm writing that down as a future show idea. And speaking of Jessica talking about rereading some favorite things she loves, I definitely want to reread Giant Days. I need to go through it again. I finished it, I don't know, whenever it finished. Was that last year, probably the year before? But I want to reread Giant Days and then read Wicked Games because I read the first few issues. I stopped, and now I'm like, I need to reread it all and then go to that. And I know that's done, and I'm sad. But
a Giant Days show would be good. Gabby was telling me that when she first read, she wasn't sure that she liked it, but now that she's rereading it again, she really likes it.
Oh, good. Yeah, that'd be fun. Very fun. I'd be all about that.
I want to keep my read percentage at 70% or higher. No more than 30% unread at any time. Lots to buy this year, so also lots to read. That's really smart.
Yeah.
If I was able to say organized at all, I would do that.
My question for Crashline and anybody who keeps track of their read percentage, where do you like to do that? Do you make your own spreadsheet, which I know a lot of people do? I don't know that I, have it in me to do that, but I've never done that. So everyone's always like, I've done this much percentage. I'm like, how do you know?
I'm amazed by people that do.
It's pretty cool.
I also am so self-aware to know that I am incapable and that is okay. Part of that's me, part of that's my brain.
I get it.
And if anyone's going to be able to police that for me, it'd be Elliot. I'd have to give him full reins, but then I won't be able to impulse buy stuff. You know what I mean?
I love tracking my reading, but only on Goodreads, and I have like some notebooks, and that's like it. So the stat thing is something I'm not to that level yet, but I'm curious how people do it.
Well, see, we add that into our website idea. Listen, guys, I don't have any program experience, but I'm a great ideas person and a great project manager. Okay. I could lead the idea of how things, if there was like a system, right? Like what I bought, what I watched, what I read, all of that in there, all in one place. I don't have time.
I mean, that has to happen. If only.
It'd be amazing.
And like, where's the letterbox for TV? At least give me the option. I feel like no one's done that. And if I'm wrong, please tell me. Where is it? Because that is more interesting to me than tracking my movies.
Yeah.
You know?
And then I could give myself like a, hey, you know you wanted to read this. So let's give yourself a goal when you wanted to start it. Like, oh,
yeah. Yeah.
Same with like video games. Because that's the other thing. Too many hobbies.
Yeah. It's a lot to juggle.
Jessica, because that's where I have shows to watch, downloaded Showtime so I could watch Yellow Jackets since you were talking about it.
Nice.
So, Chris, it's been mostly single issues. I've been reading all the appearances of Laura, X-23. Oh, really?
Awesome.
I love that. Give me your recommendations afterwards because, I just did that show, reading all of All New Wolverine again. And I'd really like to read more of her. But also I'm scared that it won't be as fun.
I mean, I read the original stuff back when it came out, but I mean, that was years ago. And I liked it a lot back then. But it doesn't compare to my new memory of All New Wolverine, at least.
Yeah.
You know?
I want us to read I miss reading Marvel stuff together because you and I both read a lot of the girls stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I would love for us to tackle some of the other ones that we haven't like read together and talked about, like Miss Marvel or Squirrel Girl or like.
Yeah. You know what? I think we need a positive review of Squirrel Girl because there's other people maybe on this channel who absolutely throw that in the garbage every time it's possible. So and it's a blasty blast, and I haven't finished it, and it's done now. So like that would be a really cool one.
Read it.
I would love to do that. I would love to do like Captain Marvel by Kelly Thompson because everything she does is great. Yeah. You know?
Is someone keeping track of this?
I'm gonna keep writing. I'll add this.
Yeah, because I never finished Squirrel Girl. And to me, I've always thought there's like a double standard that like, you know, people like Deadpool can get away with stuff or Gwenpool, but Squirrel Girl's not allowed to. You know what I mean?
Totally.
And she's the same type of character.
Absolutely.
I would like to read more Captain Marvel because I feel like I haven't read a lot. I love her as like in the movies, and I love her as like a side character in other stories I've read.
Mm-hmm.
But I haven't read enough of her, and I'm not caught up on Miss Marvel either, which I'd like to be. Especially since like the show's coming out.
I'll add that too because I read some of it, but I never got caught up on that either. So that would be
so easy to get the deluxes at like Ollie's.
Truly, yeah. I have like 2 of them. I got at Ollie's for like $6.
Yeah. And I cried all about her with that Avengers game. Again, I wish you lived here so you could just sit with me and we'd play.
Yeah, that'd be so fun.
You know who makes an appearance in the little Captain Marvel Sam Max book? Squirrel Girl.
Oh yeah. You know what?
See, Chris loves.
Oh, thank you, Chris.
Chris is good people.
Chris is awesome.
Good people, good taste.
I have to add that little Captain Marvel series that Jessica's always talking about. That I'm like, we need to read it. Like, I know we're gonna like it.
My other goal is to get Jessica to hang out in the show. Now, I know that we have random times, Jessica, but like, not forever. Gabby, we were just talking about you.
Hi.
Talking about
we both showed up together. That's cute.
Gabby, Joe, what are your reading goals for the year? What characters are you trying to read?
Also, what you reread this year?
Yeah.
We have to know. We're making a list.
What are your goals for us?
Yeah. What is everyone
what are some books that like you're curious about, but you're like, I don't know if I want to read it. Can I ask them to read it and tell me?
Or even like, what shows are you like, I wish y'all would talk about this, and like we don't know. Please tell us.
Oh yeah, that's true.
That would be good.
Yeah.
Tell us what to do. Another goal of mine is to read more omnibus, because you know how many I have back here that I haven't read? I don't know because I don't keep track, but it's too many. It's just too many.
And I've been getting rid of some because I need to make
I
money.
have too. I have too. That is also a goal of mine to downsize my collection. So I am working on that. And it's been great.
I want to reorganize and kind of like start over.
Mm.
Because when I first got into comic books, I was just buying everything, and like also buying things I thought people were telling me I needed to buy too. I think a lot of people get stuck in that. And I kind of want to like really go through and really think about what I want, because also I want it to aesthetically look good.
Mm.
And now that I've got all the apps, like, what books do I really want to keep to read in person? Some of them I very much do, but some of them, like, you know, we got for like sponsorships and stuff. I was like,
I mean, I already got rid of, let's see, why can't I think of it? Jim and the Holograms, which we love that deluxe edition. It's beautiful, and I love the aesthetic, and I love that it's Trapper Keeper. But I got rid of it because they're never going to make more. So it just bothered me. So it's like, bye-bye. Like, I loved it. Bye, though. Right? Like, it just ended up bothering me.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Moon Knight. I guess I need to read some Moon Knight.
I need to do that, too.
I do want to keep prepping for shows before they come out.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think it's fun to go in there and, like, know some more. Yeah, exactly. Same here. Anybody has recommendations for those? There we go. We have a lot of goals of reading omnibuses, unopened omnibuses.
Yep. Thank you. Yep.
I need to read Injustice.
Oh, is that an unopened omnibus? Yeah.
It's opened.
Oh, okay. Well, hey.
I played the video game, like, religiously. Like, I don't like fighting games, but oh man, Injustice 2.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. I need you to tell me what good books I should spend my money on.
Well, that'll be easy.
Can do. Forever. I really enjoyed. Oh, Lemira's around Room Night.
That's a book. That's, you know what? That's another goal of mine, because it's been sitting on my shelf for ages, and now it's out of print, so it's just sitting there, and I'm like,
okay, when does the Moon Knight show come out?
I need to read that for sure.
Okay, so that's coming out at the end of March.
I'll add that to our list, because that's a short run too.
That in March.
Okay.
I want to prove my DC New 52 and Rebirth trades to only ones I know I love. That's my biggest part, because I have a lot of New 52 and Rebirth trades, and I really fell off when like the design of them changed, because Rebirth was so beautiful. And then once it changed, it was really hard. And then now they don't have numbers on the spines. And it's like DC hates me in particular. And it just keeps changing colors. They're like, okay, we'll all have black spines now. Like the white and blue was beautiful. You really had something going there. And then they're like, what if every character had different color spines? No. Stop it. And then I stopped buying deluxes because I was like, they're all over the place. And I don't know who's getting a deluxe, who's not. I think it really killed the collecting for me for a little bit.
Plus, it makes me think about, I'll never forget the Green Arrow that's randomly blue and the rest are white. It's like, what were y'all thinking?
Yeah, and I have that.
Yeah, and it's like, it bothers me and I don't even have it. I was just like, what were you thinking?
It's so irritating. It really is.
Oh, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's it's rough. Sign of the Spines. It really is. It really is. My goal has been to sit down and read at least once a day, which with school work isn't always easy, but so far I managed to read 7 books. Not too bad. That's great.
That's great. Yeah.
That's why I'm thankful for digital, because I can read in between breaks at work, you know, like between things.
Absolutely.
I don't have to carry it around.
Which that is one specific goal I do have, is to read at least a single issue every day. Because I feel like that's, and by that I mean, even if it's a trade, I just read like a chapter, you know, which is like the first one. I don't know that I've really done that because I had a bad week, but you know, I have been making it a goal to at least like a page, something, you know. That's been nice.
That's one of the things I miss of like the before times.
Yeah.
Because I used to use like my lunch breaks, instead of being social, I guess, I would just go walk to like the coffee shop or like where I was eating lunch, and I'd bring like 3 trades with me and I would just sit down and read them. Because you're in your own place. And it's like that dedicated time. You can't go do other things. It was perfect.
A little different now, right? A little different.
Yeah, I guess that's my main reading goal. I can't think of any other. Yeah,
I mean, one of my personal things was to to post more on Instagram, which I haven't like done that daily, but it's definitely better at the Comic Slayer if you want to check it out. Like, I'm sharing
you do
more
it
what
really
I'm
cute.
reading.
I like how it's laid out.
Thank you so much. Most of the time, I'm just like, here's a cat and here's a book.
Yeah, I usually have a gaming goal, but most of it's just continued. Like, you know, we fell off the Final Fantasy one pretty hard because 13 is really hard for me to get through. Once we do that, we'll be back in it. But oh man, oh god. And Ellie and I are going through like old RPGs together.
That's fun.
There's a ton that I used to play, there's a ton that he used to play, so we're kind of sharing them and going through, which is fun. Oh, here we go. Was there anything you learned about your reading likes and dislikes last year?
It's a good question. With like looking away, like what?
I also had the garage door open. I guess Elliot's here. Nothing new. I think mine are still pretty solidified. Like, there's a lot of older stuff I don't like because it's just the style and how the pages are put together and like the overuse of dialogue when it's not necessary. So that hasn't really changed.
Too much narration. Yeah.
I think the better thing I can share is that there was more of a surprise for me, which is the Milestone comics, because I had never heard of them and just how good those are. But I think that's about it.
Yeah, I feel like I'm still pretty good at knowing what I'm gonna like, even just from a cover.
Yeah.
And I love like being gratified in that, but also like when it doesn't work. So it doesn't always work. It's not 100%.
Yeah.
But you know, I do still love to just walk into the library and be like, okay, this cover's cool. I like the art here. Let's see how this is gonna be.
Absolutely.
You know, and sometimes it's not good and you're like, oh no. But a lot of times it's good. So
yeah, the
I love doing that.
And I've loved getting into more manga with you this year.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like relaxing and fun. Because, like, you know, I used to only read manga when I was a kid, and it's taken me a long time to get back into that because it's expensive. Honestly, that's the biggest issue about it. It's expensive, and I don't get a lot of, like, I read it quickly, so it's not worth it. But it's been so nice to go back because I love manga. It's so fun.
And that was like one of the most fun parts about us just hanging out, right? Was to look through all the manga and be like, man, we want all of this.
It's like a candy store.
And you still can't find like deals because we got deals, you know?
Elliot, how long are you home? I want to say hi to you before you have to leave or anything. I use my phone to read prose at lunch on the bus. That helps me reach my goal. Oh, that's smart. That's why the like audiobooks help me because I can listen out on the way to and from work or while I'm like cleaning and stuff. Because I want to do as much stuff as possible. One of my Kristan goal might be to post at least one video on her Mystery Unknown YouTube channel.
I keep telling myself I want to do that before the month ends, but the month's coming up, so I don't know if it's happening. But, you know, maybe I'll resurrect it. That's a goal of the year. At some point, I want to resurrect that channel.
There you go.
We'll see.
Yeah, I'm not going to give myself any posting goals. Just it already stresses me out.
I mean, this is a very broad, very should be easy goal of one video of the entire year, but we'll see. I don't know.
Yeah, our side channel has a lot of goals this year. Not goals, but kind of some plans of trying stuff out. We're going to institute starting this Thursday night like a monthly live hangout.
Oh, that's fun.
I mean, that's a good way to chill with people and also gives us an opportunity to talk about all the things we've been doing or into. Because otherwise, there's not a place to do that without like disrupting the whole flow of the channel. I can't just pop up and be like, "Hey, I'm playing this game." When I hear about like, it doesn't really work that way.
Sure.
So that's a good way to get that stuff in, which would be nice.
You said that's Thursday?
Yep. At 9
Check it out.
p.m. Eastern.
Awesome.
Morning to you too.
Yeah. Hey.
Did you say Elliot wasn't Dick Van Dyke? I don't know. Well, anyways, this is unrelated now.
Okay.
Now it's chat time. I saw Scream 5. It was really good.
Oh, yeah? I wondered.
It was really good. I saw Jessica and Elliot. It was great.
I know our guilty pleasure boy is in that.
Yeah. Yeah, he is. Ellie's like 13 Reasons Why.
Was he good?
I mean, he was like normal. There's
Yeah,
no
okay.
difference, you know.
Okay, yeah.
Oh yeah, Happy Lunar New Year. Listen, all that's in my mind right now for work is a Lunar New Year this year and not this month and next month. That is it. All of the planning. You know how many paper lanterns I'm gonna have to make?
I'm gonna guess a lot.
So many. And I watched the new Matrix movie. It was a movie that I saw.
Love that review.
Was a movie that I saw.
Okay.
What's new with you? Just kidding. I know what's new with you. It's not.
Oh gosh. Yeah. I don't know. What is my life? I don't know right now. I went back to Shark Tank. Nobody cares about that, but I sure did.
Huge Shark Tank.
I love it.
Keep an eye out for there's a Black Sands Entertainment, Black Seas Entertainment. It's like a comic book company that's going to be.
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was cool. I forgot if did they get it? I think they got a deal. Yeah, they got a deal with Damon. Yeah. I think. Yeah, so that's neat.
Both Scream and Yellow Jackets have me wanting more teen horror comics like The Woods. I love teen horror, and I love The Woods. I don't think I ever finished it, but I love The Woods.
I was just gonna say, I started that years ago, and I definitely didn't finish it. Should I write that on our list?
Write on the list, because I want to finish it too. Sing 2 is perfect. I heard good things about it. Have either of you watched Belle? Oh, yes, I have. Now, it's not for everybody. Elliot didn't like it, but that's fine. It's not for everybody. I love Belle. It's made for me. It's cheesy. There's songs in it. It's beautiful. And I love everything Mamoru Hosoda has ever made. And so the minute any manga or any art or anything comes out for that, I'm buying it. I have listened to that soundtrack exclusively for like 2 weeks. I need it to be on Blu-ray now. Or like a vinyl soundtrack.
I was going to say, probably on vinyl would be cute.
I love it.
Your face.
I love it so much. Yeah, that's it. That's all I got. We're going to be back here on Thursday, you guys, talking about the Zoe arc of One Piece.
Yeah, I need to read it.
Luckily, it's short. It's like 20 chapters.
Is that it?
Yeah.
I can't remember. I know I wrote it down somewhere.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
But unless we have other stuff, I might wrap up early so I can hang out with Elliot because I know he's going to be home.
Yeah, that's all good with me. Thanks everyone for joining. Tell us about your goals.
Yeah. If you're free tonight, Gabby and I are going to talk about Kill or Be Killed Volume 1.
Ooh, that's fun.
So I'm going to read that before the show tonight.
Awesome.
Yeah. Thanks you guys for hanging out with us. I hope you guys hang out with us again on Thursday.
Please do. And check out our great sponsor, instructrades.com. Get 6 psychics of Trigger Heaton. It's 50% off, and you need it in your life.
Get it.
Get it.
All right. Have a good day.